welcome to your mind unwind practice for this week. As we are at the very beginning of our June journey of solar inspired yoga, I wanted to focus on a little bit of movement and then into a very short guided relaxation. And we're actually going to use this, what's going on the wall here. So this is dappled setting sunlight, which is moving through a nearby tree and casting its shadow through this window into this room. So I'd like you to just take a moment to look at it. The way it moves, the way it kind of glitters and glimmers, the way it shifts, the way it almost dances, and just get that image, specifically this bit, get that image in your mind. I'm not an overly visual person, so when people ask me to imagine, to see, to conjure an image, I struggle, and that then becomes a block for enjoyment. So yes, we recognise this, but we also notice the feeling within us when we see this, that so even as we move into the guided relaxation with visual guidance, if you like, you don't have to physically see it to enjoy it. I know Twigs is there, not just because I can see her, but even when I can't, I feel her presence. So you don't always have to see everything to know it's there. So as we're moving through our practice, as we're moving through our movement, just keep that in mind. When I say imagine or feel, you don't have to literally or physically feel it or see it. You can get the felt sense just as much as you can the literal. Anyway, with that, have a bolster or a couple of cushions, as you always should, and lay down onto your mat, onto your bed, wherever you want to be. Oh, good girl. You go on your mat, I go on mine. So recline all the way onto your mat and be unencumbered by anything. Just let yourself lay and be free. Oh, how good that feels. Feel free to have a little bit of a shimmy through the hips, have a wiggle through the legs and feet, sway the head. However your day has been, just let yourself land. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And as you feel that rise and fall of the breath, begin to feel how your awareness dances through your body. How it moves, how it ping-pongs, how it darts, scoops, and swirls. And even though you're trying to be purposefully still, notice how there is always just a little bit of movement. Movement from the breath, movement from the mind. And imagine this gentle movement is dappled light, casting its shadows and light onto your body. Feeling that same dappling of shadows as they interplay with the light, as if moving and sweeping through your body. Maybe you feel comfortable starfishing. Maybe you want to lay a little more compactly. That's up to you. But when you're ready, just let your inner thighs and feet gently draw together. And still have a level of relaxation. You've not got to have the feet flexed and tense. You can still let the feet roll out a little bit. And we're going to play with that feeling of dancing movement. So with your right leg, Just bend the knee and slide the foot towards the opposite knee. And then drop that knee all the way out to the side, relaxing the outer leg to the earth, like a reclined tree pose. And then keeping that knee facing the side, slide your foot back to meet the other one. And then roll your toes in so your knee points back towards the ceiling. And we're just going to do that cycle a couple of times, bending the knee, sliding it in. Exhale, opening the knee out. Inhale, lengthening the leg. Exhale, rolling it in. Inhale, bend and slide in. Exhale, open out. Inhale, extend. Exhale, roll it in. And then switching legs, same thing. Sliding up, opening out. Keeping that openness as you slide away. And then roll the kneecap in. Inhale first, draw in. Then exhale, release. Inhale, extend. And exhale, roll in. And just feeling that one more time. And feeling those legs a little longer, a little lighter, a little brighter, more able to feel that flow, that life force, that prana through your body. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So back to the right leg, roll the toes and the knee out. And then bend the knee, slide the foot up. Bring the knee in, pointing it to the sky, and then let it slide away. Inhale, rolling the knee out. Exhale, bend and lift it up. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, slide it away with the breath. And then switching legs when you're ready. Inhale, roll the left toes and knee out. Exhale, bend. Inhale, guide the knee in. Exhale, slide it away. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, slide. Last one. And then as the legs lengthen, just let the feet kind of wibble and wobble, swaying them from side to side. Let them fully relax and roll out as much as they like. And then we'll turn the awareness to the arms. Right hand coming into the belly. Inhale, keeping the elbow in a bend as you lift the arm over the head. And then turn to look at your right upper arm. And when you're ready, extend the right arm all the way out, look towards your fingers, and then bend the elbow, bringing the hand back to your belly. Bring the head back. Inhale, lifting the arm. Exhale, turning the head into the arm. Inhale, opening the arm. Exhale, bring the hand and head back together. One more just like that. Lift the arm. Exhale, turn the head. Inhale, extend the arm out to the side. Exhale, bring the hand and back together. Feel the difference. And then bring your left hand onto your belly. Inhale, keeping the arm in a bend. Lift it up over your head. Exhale, turn the head into the arm. Inhale, extend the arm all the way out to the side. Exhale, bend the elbow, bring the head and hand back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, turn the head. Inhale, extend the arm. Exhale, head and palm back. One more. And then just feeling those arms, those extremities, the head, the neck. And noticing if you can feel a gentle tingling dance of sensation, like dappled light moving through a tree canopy above you and casting the light all the way onto your body. We're going to do that arm movement on each side in reverse 3 more times each way. So back to the right hand. Inhale, open it out. Exhale, lift the hand over the head, turn to look towards the upper arm. Inhale, turning the head back. And then bringing that arm back to the belly. Exhale. Inhale, extend, turn the head. Exhale, lift the arm. Inhale, turn the head. Exhale, arm back. Inhale, arm wide and out. Exhale, turn to look at it as it rises. Inhale, turn the head to center. Exhale, arm back. On the other side, 3 times. Inhale, open the arm, turn the head. Exhale, lift the arm. Keep looking at it. Inhale, turn the head back. Exhale, palm back to the belly. Inhale, open, turn. Exhale, lift the arm. Inhale, turn. Exhale, float the arm back. Last round. And by seeing to those extremities, see if the movement of your very center, your very core, your torso can be more deeply illuminated. And when you're ready, grabbing your bolster, a couple of pillows, whatever you like, you can place the bolster sideways underneath your knees, you can place it underneath your head, you can place the pillows underneath your back, whatever you wish to do, relax. And as always, I am going to come in close, just so I don't feel like I'm shouting at you. Hi. Oh, that's better. Okay. So, taking a breath in, fully exhaling out. Making any adjustments to the body, to your comfort level. And feeling that flow of breath within you. Feeling the inhale descending in and down into the depths. The exhale rising up and leaving. Bringing a clear, clarifying conclusion to each breath. And simply taking a moment to recognize that you are never 100% still. Everything in life, everything in the world is in a state of constant motion. Even a sloth, even a tree, even a rock. These elements of existence are always shifting and changing. From a pebble on the beach, slowly being pumiceed by the waves, to the shifting, changing leaves in the trees that shift through the seasons, to even the slowest moving creatures on this planet. Slowness is not an indicator of stillness. Slowness allows us to tap into the present movement within us at all times. And so by not just slowing down the body, we can also begin to gently slow down the mind, recognizing the movement of a single breath. And this is very much like sunlight through a vast tree canopy. As you lay here, I'd like you to imagine you are laying in a beautiful woodland clearing, a quiet glen, open, light, filled with wild flowers, and you laying among them. And as you lay, immersed in earth, surrounded by beautiful flowers and grasses, you look up to this vast tree canopy. Oak trees, beech trees, maple trees, all crisscross over. Branches share space in the sky, and birds delicately dart between them. Beyond the canopy, you see the faint glimmer of the sun. But the tree's motion cloaks it from view most of the time. The warm summer breeze moving through the trees casts a ripple effect in the tree canopy. And so this pure, bright light is dispersed through the softness of the leaves and the gaps in between, creating a dappled light that shines down upon you and your surroundings. You turn your head to either side of you to see poppies, cornflowers, wild garlic flowers, all cast in this beautiful dappled light. You see the mighty trunks of the trees shimmering, the bark like the slowest moving earth ripples. And then there's you, laying amongst it all with that same dappled light moving and dancing across the surface of your body. A toe moves into the light. A swoop of your upper thigh moves into shadow. The right shoulder moves into the light, while the left ear dances in the darkness. But this shift is fleeting. No sooner that the sun shines on a part of the body does it move into shadow again. And so you glisten and almost ripple in sunlight. Your whole being shimmering, coming to life, but softly, always in a state of flow, of breath, of gentle movement. Not through will or force, but just through presence, through simply being. You glisten. Allowing yourself to glisten in this pocket of time for a few minutes. Take a deep breath in, allowing your awareness to arise to the surface. Maybe sigh. And flowing with that knowing that you are always moving. Begin to move with more added awareness, moving in ways that your body craves, moving in ways that you wish to move and explore within. And from laying, you can wiggle the fingers, stretch the arms and legs, sway the head, hug the knees. I like to bend the knees and sway on the edges of the feet. The wider the knees for that, the better, in my opinion. And allowing all of your movements to flow and shift together and rise to seated in the slowest way possible. We're often quite quick to come up to seated, but let it take time. I like to lay on my side for a breath or two. And then come round and up as you need. Finding your way into a comfortable seated position. Allowing that to be wherever you need to be comfortable. Breathing length up through the spine, softening the slope of the shoulders. As you inhale, circle the arms, connecting the palms, and hug the hands to heart center, bowing ever so slightly. I'd like to close our practice with, as I always do, a mantra. But what I am really enjoying about sharing online so much more is that I have all of my mantras written down on this computer. So I'm not just saying a mantra and asking you to believe what the translation is. I can show you, and that makes me really happy. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you this mantra, which I would actually like to share with you quite a lot this month. This mantra was taught to me by my dear friend Sunny, who was actually taught it by a taxi driver in Mumbai. And I love that so much, that we can learn from the most unsuspecting of people in this life, and the ripple effect of that learning can be huge. So this is a mantra to the sun, to the celestial object that is the sun. How it rises, how it sweeps to its pinnacle, and how it sets again, and how that rhythm is divine light. It is an inner clock, and it is a way in which we can be illuminated from within, with the mind, with the body, with the breath, everything. So you have the mantra here. You can read it as I'm chanting it. You can read the translation, so that hopefully it becomes so much more of a part of your practice. Om Bhaskaraya Vidmahi Mahadutikaraya Dhimahi Tanno Aditya Prachodayat. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a truly beautiful night's sleep, and I'll see you next time.